because I was reading it and I thought I was playing the part of a man in a hotel, and Penelope Cruz is a prostitute and she comes and makes love to me in the hotel. So I immediately said yes to the film, immediately. And then when I got there, I understood it was a mistake and I was playing a different part of the film, so it was a big misunderstanding. I apologize.
Volevo soltanto dire che...
Let me say this. It's a mixed blessing. I don't like dubbing at all. Americans are not used to dubbing. We grew up without dubbing, and so it's always very, very strange to us, and I'm very much against it. Whenever I send my films out to European countries, I always try and get the print subtitled if I can, but I'm met with resistance because the countries are just not used to subtitles. They don't want to read subtitles, they're used to dubbing. And to an American ear and eye, it's a very unpleasant, awkward thing. Now, having said this, I will say that the man who dubbed me for years, now deceased in Italy, made me into a hero here, because my films came here year after year. It was his voice, and everybody liked me. And I don't know for sure if they had heard my own voice, if they would have been that responsive to me. So, in one sense, I was very lucky. I had a very gifted actor and comedian dubbing me and making me into a hero. And, you know, I want to say this. I'm up here and everybody's saying all these wonderful and nice things about me. The truth of the matter is, from the director's point of view, what the director does, certainly in my case, is to hire a very gifted cast. That's the trick. You cast for a long time and you hire great people, and then you leave them alone and they do what made them great before you met them, and they make the director look great. So I look a lot better than I really am because of all these external things. One, I have a great cast in most of my pictures, and certainly in this picture. They get out and do their thing. And of course, if Alec, Baldwin, Roberto, and Jesse, and Penelope are doing the acting, I'm going to look great. Just like this kid that dubbed me for years in Italy made me look like $1 million. Now, I might have been good anyhow, but there's no guarantee of it. So, you know, that's how I feel about what you're saying. I consider myself lucky that I was dubbed, even though I don't like the process. And I consider myself lucky to be able to get the actors that I get. And you know, and I look good as a director over the years by not getting in their way. This is a very important point, by not over-directing them. What's impressive about Rome, I mean, obviously it's like no other city. When I first came to Europe in the 1960s, the first time an American knows that he's really in Europe is when he comes to Rome. It's so exotic by American standards. You know, when you go to London, when you go to Paris, you understand these cities, or Madrid, you understand them because they're understandable to Americans. But when you come to Rome, it's like nothing that you understand or have ever seen before. It's just a different way of life, different visual, different colors, and extremely exotic. So, you know, it's a treat to film here. I mean, it's a feast for a filmmaker. The next film that I'm making, I'm going to shoot a tiny bit in New York City and most of it in San Francisco.